Hello and welcome back to StreetSmart Play. In this video I want to talk with you about our educational maze panel. This panel talks about everything that has to do with learning. Now, what do you need to interact or to play with this educational maze panel? It's very easy. You will just need to print this panel and then just have some paper or pens or some chalk with you, and then you're good to go. So let's have a look at how to play this activity. First, it's always a good idea to allow the children to observe this panel. It's a maze, so there are a lot of things happening at the same time. Then it's good to zoom in on the central part of this panel, which depicts a brain. And you will see that there are 4 parts of the brain that each contain a different color. These colors represent different categories that have to do with learning. The green part, for example, represents all the tools that you use to learn different kind of things. For example, you will see a gaming console, you'll see books, you'll see a notebook, you'll see the internet over here. So these consist of all kinds of tools that you use while you're learning. The blue part here in the brain, they stand for all different locations where you can learn something. Do you learn something on the sports field? Do you maybe learn something in class or in a university or maybe in a religious building? So you'll see the different locations where one can learn something. Then we have the red part of the brain. This symbolizes the how of things, how you can learn different kind of things. Do you learn things by listening? Do you learn things by reflecting? All kinds of different learning forms. And last but not least, you'll see the yellow part of the brain, and this symbolizes different persons you can learn something from. Maybe you learn from religious leaders, you learn from friends, from a teacher, or from your family. So these are the 4 categories that are related to learning. Then it's important to ask, for example, one child to pick one of the categories, let's say the blue part of location, and ask this specific child, like, where do you learn? What are the preferred places for you to learn something? This child will then identify 1 or more places, and then afterwards this can be discussed with the entire group. You can continue as well with the other categories as you like, depending on how much time you have. Also, to wrap up this activity, it's also a good idea to maybe ask the children to do something more creative. Like, for example, to make a drawing of your ideal learning space. So all the children will then make a drawing and then present their ideal learning space to the group. And of course, they can draw inspiration from the things they see on the blackboard. One of the variations you can also do with this game is to ask a child, like, what do you want to do in life? What do you want to become? And then do like a kind of goal-setting exercise in order to reach that objective. Now, what are the steps you need to take to, for example, become a police officer? Do you need to get a degree? Do you need to go to school? Or what are the steps you can take? And once again, you can draw inspiration from all of the different categories and all the situations you can see on the educational maze panel. So that's it for now. I hope you learned something about how to use this specific panel. Feel free to try it out during your youth work interventions, and I hope to see you again very soon for another video on StreetSmart Play. Bye bye.